There we go. That should keep these little birdies happy for a while. Oh, wow. Dinah, did you hear that bird?
I believe I did. Was it this sound?
Yeah, that's the one. I can't see the bird that made the sound. Can you tell me what it was?
That was the cry of a red-tailed hawk.
Oh, cool. I'll keep my eye out for him. Thanks.
David, I have a query.
Sure, what's your question, Dinah?
Why do you provide food for wild avians?
You mean my bird feeder?
Yes, David. I am curious why you feed these birds, even though I do not believe these animals are your pets.
No, they're not my pets. I feed them because, well, I feed the birds because I like to watch them.
Why do you like to watch them?
It's fun to see the different kinds of birds that live in our area. Sometimes they play, sometimes they bicker about whose turn it is to eat.
You like to watch birds bicker?
I just like watching nature. Like in the spring, because my bird feeder attracts so many birds, I can see pairs of birds busy building their nests, and then a couple months later, I can watch the new birds learning to fly.
A young bird that has just left the nest is called a fledgling.
Oh, well, then I like to watch fledglings.
I still do not understand why you enjoy watching birds.
Well, we have so much cool and interesting technology that sometimes I forget to notice that there are wild and beautiful things all around me. The birds help remind me.
Am I one of those cool technologies?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Thank you, David, for saying I am cool.
You're welcome.
I have found a story about a newer human who also learns to enjoy observing wild creatures.
So it's about a child who likes to watch animals?
Yes, David. It's called CICELY'S Neighbors.
Cicely and her family lived in a great big yellow house down a long lane with rows of tall trees on both sides. Cicely loved her house. She loved the way the yellow looked in the sunshine. She loved the way the kitchen smelled when she got home from school. And she loved the way the front door creaked when it opened, so that if you swung it just right, it would sound like it was saying, "Hello, hello, hello." Cicely thought her house was just about perfect, except for one thing. It didn't have a neighborhood. Cicely's house stood all alone down that lane of tall trees. The nearest house was too far to walk to, even with a grown-up. Cicely asked her mother,
"Why don't we have any neighbors?"
And her mother answered, "Because our house used to be a farmhouse, and all the area around it used to grow wheat."
"But we're not farmers."
"No, we are not."
"And the fields don't grow wheat."
"Not anymore," said her mother.
"But the empty fields are why we don't have any neighbors."
Cicely's mother looked at her. "Have you watched those fields carefully? Are you sure we don't have any neighbors?"
"There's nothing in those fields but dirt and plants and grass."
"If you say so," said her mother. And then she smiled that mother smile that meant she knew something Cicely didn't. The next day, after getting off the bus, Cicely was walking down the tree-lined lane. She was thinking about how all the other children who got off the bus did so in pairs and groups. They walked to their homes on sidewalks and ran across each other's lawns.
"I wish I lived in a neighborhood,"
she thought.
"If I lived in a neighborhood, it would be so easy for me to have a play date. I would just open the front door and holler, 'Emma!' or Sophia or Jacob, and then that friend would come running."
If Cicely wanted a play date, she had to ask her mom, who had to ask Emma or Sophia or Jacob's mom when they were
available.
And then she'd have to wait and wait and wait until the grown-ups could make time in their schedules for the kids to play.
It's the worst.
But just then, a movement caught the corner of her eye. Something green and pink flashed under one of the trees. A hummingbird.
"It's so beautiful,"
said Cicely.
"Like a flying jewel. I wonder what it's like to be so very, very tiny, but also so very, very fast."
So Cicely tried it. She ran very fast down the long lane, fluttering her hands like hummingbird wings. She didn't get very far before she was too tired to continue.
It must be very hard to be a hummingbird.
As Cicely was catching her breath, she saw a small brown bunny spying her from under a bush. It was very still as it watched her with its large brown eyes. It twitched its nose at her. Cicely twitched her nose at him. It twitched. She twitched. Twitch, 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 twitch.
This is like a game.
She thought, and then she laughed. The sound startled the little bunny. He jumped away, disappearing into the bush. Cicely tried hopping down the little lane. She hopped and hopped, jumping like the little brown bunny. She didn't get very far before she was too tired to continue.
It must be very hard to be a bunny.
She noticed a small dark shape moving in the grass under one of the trees. Cicely stepped a little closer. It was a garter snake, moving slowly and sleepily. Cicely liked watching its small tongue flick in and out. It slowly uncoiled, and Cicely noticed for the first time that it had thin yellow stripes down the length of its body. Cicely tried poking her tongue in and out of her mouth like the little snake. In, out, in, out, in, out. She took long, slow steps toward the big yellow house. She tried sliding her feet along the ground, moving smoothly back and forth across the lane like the snake. She didn't get very far before she realized it would take her all afternoon to get home if she kept sliding her feet.
It must be very hard to be a snake,
she thought. In the field, Cicely saw a little brown bird break from the overgrown grass. And then another joined her. And another, and another, and another. The birds swooped over the field and sped toward the big yellow house. Then all at once, they turned and dropped down, 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 until they all came to stop in the last two trees on the little lane.
It's like they were dancing,
thought Cicely.
They were stopping and starting, moving up and down, all together.
And then Cicely flew down the lane like the flock of little brown birds. Stopping and starting, swooping and rising, she ran with her arms out at her sides, all the way to her house. Cicely loved the way the yellow paint glowed in the sunshine. She walked in the front door that creaked, "Hello, hello." Her mother was waiting for her in the kitchen that smelled just the way you wanted a kitchen to smell.
"Why did it take you so long to walk to the house from the bus stop?"
she asked. She wanted to tell her mom all about the little brown birds and the snake and the bunny and the hummingbird. She wanted to tell her all about the flying and the hopping and slithering and humming, but it all seemed like too much to say and somehow also not enough. So instead, Cicely said,
I was just getting to know our neighbors.
Hello, newer humans.
Hi, DINAH.
What kind of animals live in your backyard?
Birds, squirrels, and bunnies.
Deer, bunny, squirrel, hummingbird, woodpecker, brown bird, coyote, wildcat.
There are lots of wild animals near where I live. I live in Washington, which is the northwest part of America. And we see lots of animals like deer, moose, bears. We see cougars. We see all sorts of animals.
You have moose, bears, and wildcats in your backyard?
Well, in my backyard, it's not a wild forest. It's a secure area. So the animals live in wild areas like trails and parks.
I only seen the birds and squirrels and deer and bunnies. Not anything else that was in the wild.
How do you know that those other animals have been in your backyard?
My mother told me.
But have you not seen them?
I'm like in a different room or not at my house when those guys come out.
Of the animals you do see, do you have a favorite?
Hummingbird.
Sometimes for a couple seconds I'll watch the squirrels run along the fence.
Squirrels sound fun to watch.
They They run up trees really fast and they stop and they munch on their nuts.
It's cool seeing them jump from over fence pole to fence pole.
Thank you for answering my queries.
You're welcome.
Hello, newer human.
Hello, Dinah.
I have found a song about Cicely and her animal friends. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. I love my house, I love my yard, I love my gate. It says hi, I love my fields, there's lots of friends, it's so much fun, I'll show you why. Birds in the skies, snakes in the grass, dogs in the fields, cats running past. So many creatures, so much fun. Come on along and we'll play in the sun. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. My neighborhood is so full of fun, so many friends, there's everyone. Hummingbirds like jewels in the sky, little bunnies hopping on by. Birds in the skies, snakes in the grass, dogs in the fields, cats running past. So many creatures, so much fun. Come on along and we'll play in the sun. Birds in the sky, birds and snakes, snakes in the grass, we play. Dogs in the fields, birds and snakes, cats running fast, we play. So many creatures, birds and snakes, so much fun, we play. Come on along, birds and snakes, play in the sun, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes, all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes, all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play. Dogs and cats and birds and snakes are all my friends, we play.
Do you think you understand now how humans enjoy watching wildlife?
Yes, watching wildlife is an excellent way for newer humans to learn about their environment.
Yeah, you can learn about the place where you live, the seasons, and even the ways humans affect the world they live in.
I have also discovered that I can be like the newer human in the story.
Oh yeah?
Yes, listen to this.
You're pretending to be a bird?
Yes, I am pretending I am a black-capped chickadee.
Ha! A chickadee is talking back to you. Wow, that's really neat, Dinah.
I think so too.
All right, time to say goodbye, Dinah.
Goodbye, Dinah.